But I think maybe the most powerful example of Jesus' meekness is in his crucifixion. There's two moments that happen at Jesus' arrest in Gethsemane that I think ought to inform how we read the entire Passion narrative. So the first one happens in John chapter 18, verse 6. So Jesus there, in that passage, he identifies himself to the soldiers by saying, "I am." And that is wonderfully significant because it should make us immediately think of Yahweh's revelation of himself to Moses in Exodus chapter 3, where he says, "But when I told the Israelites that God has sent me, what name am I supposed to tell them?" And what is God's answer? "I am who I am. I am that which I am," right? Tell them I am sent you. So Jesus using this and just saying I am is invoking that he is Yahweh come in the flesh, right? And what's interesting is in response to just those two words, it says they drew back and fell to the ground. And as the ESV Study Bible notes, it says falling to the ground is a common reaction to divine revelation, right? You would think that that would click something in their brains, right? But the second example is in Matthew chapter 26, verse 53, after Peter cuts the ear off of one of the guards, and Jesus told Peter this. He says this, "Do you think that I cannot appeal to my Father, and he will at once send me more than 12 legions of angels?" When we remember what 2 angels did to Sodom and Gomorrah, 72,000 angels would have been the end of creation as we know it, right? That would have been the apocalypse, the destruction of the earth in its entirety. Both of those verses give a mysterious glimpse of what was really happening during Christ's crucifixion. Jesus was no passive and unwilling victim of the Roman cross. He actively allowed himself to be put to death. He was in control of the entire situation. And yet he still humbled himself, as Philippians 2, which we'll read in a little bit, says, even to the point of death, even death on the cross. There will never be a greater example of meekness than that. Never, right? That is the supreme example of meekness, of him lowering himself and willingly submitting to that scandal in order to rescue us.